Hello, everyone, and welcome to my blog. This week is the last week of this class. So for this assignment, I'll be talking about the future of counseling and my experience in the class. Simmons et al. Says that as counselors, we must accommodate and assimilate to changing culture around us because it impacts the needs of the clients. With COVID-19 came a huge change in the way medical and counseling services were offered. COVID shut our country down. Patients and clients still needed services. So how do they get the services they need? Voila, telehealth and telecounseling. With this advance in technology and how services are offered is even covered in the ACA Code of Ethics, Section H. It has a whole section written just for the technology. While COVID created chaos and havoc, me being the optimist I am, I saw it as a huge advantage, and it opened up a lot of doors, creating more accessibility to services. Makes it easier. It also had implications for the future because of a lot of people work 8 to 5, Monday through Friday, and can't get to regular counseling sessions. With telecounseling, clients could sit in their car during lunch or find a quiet place that's private and have a counseling session. That way, they're not having to leave work. They're not missing time off of work. It's convenient, it's private, and they can choose a time that works for them. This is a great thing. Proverbs 11:14 says, "Where there is no guidance, a people falls, but in abundance of counselors, there is safety." I see the world of counseling being wide open for me. God leads me where He needs me. He just takes my hand and leads me. I don't get the burning bush sound, Him talking to me, which I'm kind of glad. I think that freaked me out just a little bit. But He absolutely takes my hand in my heart and He leads me where He needs me. He puts the people in front of me that I need to help for Him. I will say there has been abundance of life-shattering events and moments in my 40 years. I'm 40 plus, but in 40 years, there has always been some major life-changing and shattering event. And each and every time, God has brought me through. So what I bring to the world of counseling is life experience and resilience and compassion and an understanding of what it feels like to feel, powerless, weak, falling in the floor, a hot mess, crying in a heap. But then you find that inner strength. You find that empowerment from yourself, from people around you. You have a strength that you just didn't realize was there. And picking yourself up off the floor out of a hard situation is one of the hardest things that you will ever do, but it's also one of the strongest things that we do as human beings. So with my life experience and all of the things I've been through, I feel like I can provide strength and I can empower my clients to find that inner strength that they need while still offering compassion and empathy, just reminding them that you aren't stuck where you're at. I often tell people, life can be like a speed bump. So, when you go slowly over that speed bump, you're going to rock back and forth. And you're just going to sit there and rock back and forth. If you let off the gas, you don't go forward. You go backwards off that speed bump, which means you got to go over it again. But, if you just give it some gas, you'll make it right over that speed bump, and then you're done with that speed bump. And it's on to the next speed bump. That's how I like to look at life. You've got to give it enough gas to get over that speed bump. And if you can't find the gas yourself, then find a source that can help you with that. Counselors are great at giving you the gas that you need to get over that speed bump, letting you decide your own way. You're choosing your own map and where to go. We just give you the gas you need to get there. One of my favorite quotes is by Maya Angelou, and she says, "Still I rise." I find that to be a very powerful statement because, again, you can be in a heap on the floor crying and a mess, but still you rise. You get up. You do the hardest thing, the strongest thing you can do. You rise. Every time you get knocked down, still I rise. We read that book in 6th grade, and that is something that has always stuck with me. No matter what I've been through, still I rise. I think that's an important mantra to live by. I want to empower my clients to be able to do the same thing. I want them to rise. I want to give them the resources that they need to be able to rise. When thinking about the class and my journey through it, I can't pinpoint just one meaningful activity. I will say the most intimidating activity for me has been the video blog, especially the first one. I don't video blog. I'm not much of a social media person. I am in my 40s. I have 2 teenage kids, but they didn't know much about how to do it either. It was trial and error, all 3 of us putting our heads together. I'm just not one to be the center of attention. So this was something that was quite intimidating and uncomfortable for me. I absolutely felt like a fish out of water for sure. With the patience of Dr. Walsh, I overcame those trepidations and I did my first ever video blog. And as this term comes to an end, I'm proud of myself. I mean, I haven't been in college in 20 some years. The last time I was in college, we had a spiral notebook and a pen or a pencil. We were lucky if we had a Scantron. And I realized that the younger population in my class in their 20s is not going to have any idea what a Scantron is. Obviously, the word Tron tells you it's some really old electronic device. But we were lucky to have one of those. So learning Blackboard and how to post stuff and do video blogs has been an eye-opening experience and has definitely taken me out of my comfort zone. Between being a single mom and working full-time, I managed to get through it. I have to give credit where credit is due, and a very important part of this, I will say again, continues to be Dr. Walsh. Through the continuous positive reinforcements and patience and compassion, I made it through it. So thank you, Dr. Walsh, for that. It's greatly appreciated. I'd like to wrap up with a quote attributed to Gandhi, even though he didn't say it. Be the change you wish to see in the world. Thanks for watching. Much luck and many blessings to you all as you continue your journey as a counseling student. Take care.